What's up, YouTube? This is Crush Dragon. I know a lot of people been asking about deck lists and all, what I'm currently using for Disaster. So I figured I'd take some time to show what's recently going on with the build. I mean, I really hadn't changed much since the Sebring top 8, well, second place finish. So we'll just go ahead and go straight to the deck. Of course, my build was standard Disaster, very utility based. We'll go ahead and straight go into the monsters, then the spells and traps, and then as a bonus, the extra deck. Can't really show what's up in the side deck. I got Atlanta coming up, so don't want to reveal all the goods just yet. Here we go. Got your 3 Darkness Metals, bread and butter of the deck. Powerhouse. Three copies of Drago. Love these guys. Stop your Gores, stop your Faders, stop your Trag, stop your Dark Arm, your JD, Sorcerer, all that stuff. Some people ask like why I run 3 Drago. Better to have 3 19s than just 1. This way you can keep the pressure on them. 3 Red Eyes Wyvern. Had to go extensive with it, straight out of the game promo. You got your French one right over here. Three Mass Dragon. Some people, I guess some people don't like using Mass Dragon, but I mean, it's a good recruiter for the deck. Grabs any of the utility dragons, the tuners, the floaters. Gets under bottomless. Can't really complain about that. Down to my pairs. Pair of Ice Dragon. I kind of feel that's a bit standard for the lineup. Don't really want to go 3. Like, people like to play Oppression and all that, and I guess with what I've been doing, like, they actually like negating my Vice Dragons. Got your pair of Exploders. Normally I'd run 1, but in a Blackwing heavy meta, 2 is really good. This way you can come across your destruction a lot quicker and more often. Single copies, prime material. Just 1 is needed. If I wanted to, I would not run a second, only because the hands get heavy. Single copy of Delta Flyer. I would consider running a second, but 1 just seems to work out well for me. Dread Dragon. A lot of people really don't like the use of Dread. They say Delta Flyer is a much better choice. Well, Dread basically doubles up as a 4th Mass Dragon if really needed. Or if I need Delta Flyer in hand immediately rather than on the field. And last monster, Totem Dragon. This little guy saves me lots of games, like you wouldn't believe. Right when they have their Doom Cows up, their Oppressions up, like I'd rather have that engraved than have Gores in the hand. You know, that's just me. Spell cards, single copies, Dark Hole, No explanation needed. Reborn. I mean, it's Reborn. True need. Obvious reasons. Make sure the Future Fusion gets off. Future Fusion. Dump 5. Do lots of work. Burial. Recycle those wyverns and totems. Have more floaters. Stamping Destruction. Recent surprise. Last time I actually used one of these was LA. We all know how that went. 2 copies of Gold Sart. Search for anything. Get it in 2 turns. 2 copies of MST. I know some people are gonna ask, well, you got the 2 MST and the Trunade, why the stamping? Why not Cold Wave? Kind of like being able to have live resources and not want to wait. Not 1, not 2, but 3 copies of Book of Moon. Best card in the game that isn't limited. So yeah. Got Germans. In a fun world, I would have liked 1 of each different language, but 3 Germans is fine for now. Trap lineup. Torrential. Mirror Force. Kind of self-explanatory there. No reason to explain those. Single copy of Burst Breath. But this card gets so much hate and props at the same time. Additional Torrential when needed. 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. Gotta have the old man in here. Two copies of Solemn Warning. Sometimes I go ahead and switch between 1 warning, 2 burst, 2 warning, 1 burst. Most times it'll be the 2 warning, 1 burst lineup. And 2 copies of Bottomless. Still good card. That's roughly it in a nutshell. 1 card difference from the Sebring top 8. Just didn't feel the 7 tools was worth it right now. So continuing on, and go ahead and go into the extra deck. Got your 5-headed. Can't run Future Fusion without this. Definitely cannot run Future Fusion without this. 5,000 beat stick. Doesn't afraid of almost anything. Single copy Dark End. Easy to make. Vice Delta Flyer. Good things, good things. Scrap Dragon. I like this guy. Gets rid of a lot of problems. Red Dragon Archfiend. Get my Jack Atlas on. Hates Defenders. Iron Chain Dragon. I mean, it's a level 6 and 25, so I can't complain about that. Dragon Wing. I like this guy as well. Gets rid of my problem monsters and deals burn damage. Ancient Fairy Dragon. Now, for a while I wasn't running this, but now, I mean, I really think that it's gonna be pretty important come Atlanta. You know, they gave Gravekeepers really good recruiters, so Necro Valley is easier to play. Won't be in Atlanta without one of these. Definitely gotta copy some Ancient Fairies. Trident Dragon. It's a little OTK machine. Had lots of fun being that this was the only synchro I brought out in LA. You know, one monster dropping 9,000 damage is never a bad thing. Pair of Stardust Dragon. Get my Yusei on. Saves my cards. Black Rose Dragon. Get the Nuke Fields. Clearing everything out in case I don't get the True Nade off and I need a clear field for my future fusion. And then you got a few non-dragon synchros. Definitely gotta have these three. Your Colossal Fighter. Duelist League Green. My teammate wants this one and willing to swap me to blue, so that's fine. I'll deal with that. Goyo Guardian. Surprisingly enough, this is a beast in the mirror match. Getting to knock over other opponents' darkness metals and use their effects. Fun stuff. Last but not least, Bryonac. Definitely gotta have one of these in the extra. I know, like, once Hidden Arsenal 3 comes out, it's gonna be a little shift in the extra deck. Definitely adding one of Bryonac's big brothers in here. The other Dragon Synchro, still trying to work that in, but you never know how that goes. So now that's pretty much it. Again, like, can't disclose the side deck. Got too much hot ideas in the works. I will say this. There'll likely be one of the old dragons I used to run way back. Will probably make its way into the side deck if all goes well. But for now, I'll just leave that clue as that. And again, that was me, Rich Claude, aka Crush Dragon, showing off my latest build for Disaster. Who knows if this is gonna be the build I use in LA? We'll just see how that goes. I'm out.